Welcome back, guys. This is Bronwyn with Big Sky Diamond Painting, here with another one of my Black Friday purchases from Dreamer Designs. I did only get away with purchasing two from Dreamer Designs. They were having a buy one get one 85% off sale. They had a kind of array of different sales throughout the week, and I didn't want like a whole bunch of paintings or anything of theirs, so that one caught my fancy and I jumped at the chance. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We have this one, which is Winter's Song, which I believe is, yep, it's an Anne-Marie bone. So this one is a 60 by 40. Which is a good size for me, I think, with Dreamer Designs. And I believe it's going to be a square, but we will double check when we get in there. Since, as you probably know by now, since this video is airing long after my shocking discovery, Dreamer Designs also has rounds. They do not make it super prominent, but they do list it in the description of the painting. So just pay attention and you'll be able to tell if you're reading the description of your painting. So you just have to look at it if you have a preference. If you don't care, which I largely don't, I prefer, there we go. I prefer squares, but I still enjoy rounds, so it's not a big deal. As usual, handle on the box, very nice. You saw the box handle decided to slide out a little bit on me, but that's okay. I've got it right back in there. So we're gonna be a little bit more careful with the top of this, because as I showed in my last video, if you're too rough on this cardboard, it's such tough cardboard that it just kind of will tear at the top, and I kind of just want to keep the box nice a little bit, so we're gonna be a little bit more careful with this one. Everything, as usual, comes in this reusable bag with the Dreamer Designs logo on it. Has a very nice sturdy drawstring at the top. It's made from this like sort of paper cloth fabric. It's not really woven. It's kind of like expelled or pressed or something. I don't know how you would describe that, but it's very sturdy. It's kind of the thing you would see the you know, those cheap early reusable grocery bags before they started putting like a plastic coating on them to make them waterproof. It's that kind of thing. You get a kit, which comes in this very silky, velvety drawstring bag. Feels like kind of made out of like that peach skin material, if you know what that is. If you're really young, you probably don't know what that is, because they don't make young people clothes out of it. But my mom had a lot of like easy wear clothes that were made out of peach skin. And you get your canvas rolled up on a foam roller, tied with a nice pretty ribbon, and you get your drills. So this does have some Aurora Borealis. I could tell because I see them, or at least one of them. There's probably two if it's anything like usual, but we'll get into it once we get into it. So in the drawstring bag, which is again very sturdy and very nice, so it is nice to put a kit. You get everything you will need to start out. Again, if you want to introduce someone to diamond painting and you want to give them like a really nice gift, Dreamer Designs, A+ for that. So you get your two pens. You get one with a brass single placer and one with a plastic single placer. You get a 3-placer and a 6-placer and a straightener. Get all those. You get 2 trays, because Dreamer Designs is all about working with friends, and the trays have the Dreamer Designs logo on the back. They're just simple trays, nothing too fancy, but they're perfectly usable. You get pen grips for your pens. These are a nice little extra because if you're going to be using those default pens rather than like a fatter, maybe acrylic pen or 3D printed pen or something, they really help with the comfort of it. You get 2 pots of wax, again, so you can paint with a friend and you don't have to share. I typically don't even go through a full plate of wax for one painting, so you probably won't need 2 pots of wax for the whole painting, but it's, you know, more about sharing with friends. You get pointy tweezers that have the Dreamer Designs logo on them. I always like to show you guys just how pointy these are because just want to really make sure that you are keeping the cap on these tweezers because they do hurt if they stab you. And then you just get a butt ton of baggies. Just a ton of baggies. Always enough for every single color in the painting. Usually a few more, but I never need that many. So, always comes tied with this nice ribbon. You could reuse that for something too if you wanted to. I don't. Okay, so because it comes around this foam roller, it is rolled a little bit tight. So I first thing like to just roll it back the other way. There's our inventory sheet and our instruction sheet. We'll just leave those for a second. I just roll it back the other way, but you don't have to. This is not as supple as a Diamond Art Club canvas, but it's very similar. It will self-flatten given the time. It's not super tightly rolled like some of the less premium canvases. It is a very nice self-flattening canvas, and it does not take much time at all, but I just like to do it this way. So we have this canvas, which is Winter's Song, legally licensed from Anne Marie Bone. As usual, all Dreamer Designs canvases are legally licensed from the artists. Now this canvas has 43 colors. There's our sticker sheet for all the colors, which I will use in kitting it up. It has 2 Aurora Borealis colors. Looks like AB37 and AB08. I'm guessing that the 08 is a white of some sort, which, let me see, looks like it's in the snow here. So that's going to be pretty. The 37 looks like it might be some kind of light yellow, assuming that their colors are matching what's on here. So that's going to be really pretty. So this one, I kind of just love like a sunset, or, you know, a winter scene, or just anything with this kind of like saturated color palette. So when I saw this one, I knew I really liked it. I like a lot of the Dreamer Designs things that have kind of a confetti look to them. Now this one's not too bad. It's not any, you know, it's not anything like When September Ends or anything like that. But you've got like some confetti over here in this holly bush or whatever the heck it's supposed to be. And you've got just this nice brightly colored sunset. And that is one thing that's really nice about Dreamer Designs, is they do really lean into the colorful stuff. So I'm pretty excited about doing this one. Again, really good size, 60 by 40, manageable. I find that 40 centimeters is a good width, because that gives me like a good width to work with this way, because then I just work on them going this way, and I can, you know, pick whatever my top is going to be, and then just kind of work it this way until it gets to a certain point, and then flip it around. And I just find that that's like a pretty good width for me. I work on bigger ones, obviously, but I just find that in my more limited workspace, that is a really good thing for me. So we're going to just pull this back and we're going to test how sticky it is real quick. As usual, plenty sticky. I never really worry with these. Similar to Diamond Art Club, you will sometimes, because if the cover gets put on a little wrinkly, you'll sometimes see a little bit of a difference in the shininess of the glue when you take the cover back. But it's not wrinkles because this is poured glue. You can't get wrinkles with poured glue. It's just how it looks. It's purely cosmetic, so you don't need to worry. Now, let's get in here and look at that drill field. Now, you can see that it's very clear. This one might be a little bit more confusing to work on than some, just because the colors are so similar, but it's clear, and that is what's important on these. The canvas that I had trouble with Dreamer Designs for clarity was definitely When September Ends. There were some symbols on there that were just really blurred and hard to read, and it wasn't anything I couldn't work around. What I typically do when I have something like that is I go around and work everything that I can definitely tell, and I especially pay attention to places where the symbols I'm having trouble with are next to each other, because if I can see the subtle differences, then it makes it easier to differentiate. So I just try to fill in what I can and then go back, and that usually makes it a little bit easier. So I don't anticipate having that problem with this one. Everything looks really good. So I think it should be good. Like the only one that, like, just on its own I could possibly see having trouble with is that P. You can see the P in there. Let me see. Goodness, why won't it? If you can see that P, it's kind of, probably looks pretty good through the camera, but the fact that is on its own, like there's not anything in there that really looks like it, means that it's not actually going to be a real issue. So I'm not too worried about it at all. So let's flip this over so we have a nice clean back, and let us look at the drills. Okay, so this time we're apparently going to look at the Aurora Borealis first. So as suspected, we have a white and a yellow, light yellow, really pretty. And then we have just this random blue color. If you don't already know, Aurora Borealis just means that they have this kind of iridescent coating on them. Just makes them extra shiny, and they pop a little bit more and give it kind of a rainbowy feel. I think you could call them like unicorn drills or something like that. That's just kind of the iridescent feeling. Maybe like a duochrome shift or something like that. But it's a really nice little accent to add to a diamond painting. So it's one of the things that's kind of all the craze now, especially in the, you know, the fancier diamond painting companies. So it's kind of, you know, expected anymore these days. Okay, so we're just going to go through the colors. I'm not going to give you my whole spiel about how nice Dreamer Designs square drills are, but they really are. So I highly recommend them. They're a dream to work with. I know that sometimes there can be some gapping because they don't oversize their drills. And that doesn't really bother me, but I know for some people gapping will bother them. And you can sort of combat that a little bit by just, you know, using a single placer and making sure everything is perfectly straight. And a straightener will also help. German Designs glue is not super sticky, so that you can, it's sticky enough that stuff will stick to it and stay stuck to it, but you can still use like a straightener to slide things around. So you can use it to straighten up drills and not have too many issues here. Oh, that is, drills are good when you like even the dark gray looks nice. You got some hitchhikers in there not practicing their social distancing. Oh, wow, just look at that. And as I've said before, Dreamer Designs has very nice shiny drills. Like, you don't have to do any polishing or wipe down on your painting afterwards to get the drills shiny, because they're already shiny. Now, that's not to say you don't need to wipe off any dust or anything that might collect on there after you've finished it, but sometimes you'll get drills. Like, I found that, like, Moon Crescent is one of these where the drills are just a little bit more dull than some brands, and you just kind of have to wipe them down with like a damp cloth to get really shiny results at the end. And you do not have that issue with Dreamer Designs at all. So lots of pretty colors, 43 colors on this one, which I think it's kind of funny that this one's got 43 colors compared to my last Dreamer Designs that I unboxed. And this one seems to have a more more not monotone, but like a less varied palette. But it's really just because there is more variation within each color on this one than the other one. So it's very, very nice. Like the trees themselves, like, each have just several colors in there, and each one is just this. I'm just really excited about how this one's going to turn out. It's going to look so nice, and I just cannot wait to do this one. I might try to do this one after I finish. Oh God, guys, after I finish all my whips that I currently have. But I think there's another one. I think, no, I was going to do that small Dreamer Designs rose. So I probably will do that one first, just because it's smaller than this one. But I am really looking forward to doing this one. Anyway, I think that is it for this painting. I've shown you everything you need to see. Again, Dreamer Designs, legally licensed from Anne-Marie Bone. It's called Winter Song. Beautiful painting. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Or, give it a thumbs down. Whatever. Guys, if you didn't like it, just interact. That's fine. Definitely leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you like this little winter scene, if you've done this painting, I would love to see a finished product. That would be amazing. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. You can hit the bell for notifications. And I will catch everybody in my next video, which is probably going to be an unboxing of the holy grail of Black Friday Diamond Art Club purchases that I was drooling over and almost didn't get. So I will see you then. Bye-bye.